What do you do when it seems like things just aren't going your way? I just wanted to make this video because I felt like somebody needed this encouragement, and I would have needed this encouragement months ago, and I hope it can really help someone who is going through some sort of setback or a rough season in their life. To be honest, as human beings, we will go through hard seasons in our life, and we'll have those difficult moments when we feel like we want to quit, want to give up, some want to unalive themselves. But I hope you can stick around for much longer, and I hope I can be able to convince you that you shouldn't get mad about the setbacks happening in your life. To be honest, I don't know to what capacity you might be experiencing any form of setback, but how I was or what I dealt with months ago really kind of destroyed me. I said kind of because I'm still here and I'm still alive and I'm strong, and I am making this video today feeling much better than how I felt months ago. I was in a very deep and dark season of my life, and I felt very hopeless, and I felt like no one could understand me. It felt like no matter how many times I talked about my problem or the situation, it felt like no one could hear me. And I felt discouraged. I thought the rough patch or the rough season was going to lead me closer to God. It did eventually, but it really drew me really far away from God. It made me feel very alone. I felt very alone, and I poured so much anger at everyone, at God. I was mad. Like, I couldn't understand why things weren't just going the way I wanted it to go. I was losing money. I lost two jobs. I was working two jobs. I lost both my jobs. I had multiple rejections, so many things. I lost so many things in my life in that season, and it really destroyed me, sort of. But I learned so much from that. I learned so much from being in that season. For a while, it felt like it was never going to go away. For a while, it felt like it was endless and that I would suffer this forever. But I want you to remember that God is with you through every season of your life. Every season of your life. Meaning your seasons you will go through will go up and down. We have seasons. Life is about seasons as well. We have seasons in our menstrual cycle. We have seasons in the year. We have winter, we have summer, and all of that, and we also have seasons in our life as well. And God is with you through every season of your life. I know sometimes it's hard to believe, especially when you're in the thick of it, especially when you're in it. It's so hard to believe that God is with you through it all, but He is. He is. And one of the things that God helped me to understand is that whatever He's taking out of your life does not have a place there. Whatever He's deciding to remove from your life does not need to be there. I used to fight and struggle and to throw a tantrum and be so mad, like, God, why would you do this to me? How would you remove this person from my life? This person meant so much to me. After so many years of building this friendship, how could you remove someone so precious to me? And how could it doesn't even have to be people, it could be opportunities, it could be things, anything really that we have any type of attachment to. God really helped me to see that there is nothing that He can't replace in your life. If He's taking something away, it's because He's planning to fill that void with something better. Like, He has a better plan for you. If you're ever feeling down or in a season where you feel like things are dry, nothing is really happening, no one is calling you for any job, you're losing money, no one is recommending you, you don't have any friends. It could even be worse. It could be as much as losing precious people in your life in any capacity. But I want you to remember that God is with you through every season of your life. To be honest, human beings, we learn from our mistakes, right? Meaning we sometimes have to make mistakes to learn from that. We learn from our mistakes, and sometimes these setbacks need to happen so that we can learn. These mistakes need to happen so that we can learn. These failures need to happen so that we can learn. I know it might feel really difficult to understand or believe or comprehend what I'm saying, especially if you've been laughed at, you've fallen on your face a couple of times, things have happened and gone the complete, you know, worst way possible. It's really hard to believe that there's really hope out there, or everything that is happening to you right now has a greater purpose. But it does. You're not alone. Even if you don't have anyone physically around you, God is with you and He's guiding you and He's leading you through every situation, through every challenge that life comes with. So, whenever you feel lost, confused, lonely, at any point in your life, and it will happen, it happens, sometimes it happens on repeat. You come out of one season, one slump, and it feels like you're yeah, just like in a waiting season till you go right back into another one. But whenever you feel like you're just in a season that feels rough, that feels like things aren't really growing, things aren't really producing like they should, just feel encouraged. I hope you can feel encouraged. And some of the things I would advise you to do in this season that really helped me through mine was journaling. I didn't do this every day. I did it when I felt like I couldn't hold the words in anymore. I couldn't hold those feelings in my heart anymore. I had to just let it out somehow. And it helped. And I was reading my journal a few days ago, and it was so intriguing to me to see what I was going through at that time. And it was so refreshing also feeling like I have gotten to this other side of this huge challenge that I thought that I was never going to get through, and how much I had grown and changed through it all. Another thing that helped me was talking to a very good friend. You don't have to talk to everyone about the situation. If you can, great. But I had one very good friend who kind of saw me through the hard season in my life. He really helped me so in so many ways. He prayed for me, he prayed with me, he gave me encouragement, he allowed me to be myself. That is a very important thing as well. That's another thing. Speak to people who would allow you to be yourself and express what is in your heart. Because the worst thing that you want to do is try to explain a rough and difficult situation to someone who just doesn't understand or who can't meet you where you are. All the emotions running out of you will make them feel uncomfortable. So you don't want to talk to someone like that, who can handle all of that emotion. Make sure that you're talking to somebody who can listen to you and who can hear you out and who is okay with you pouring yourself out. But another thing as well is talking. Sometimes when I can't pray, I talk and I just let God know what's in my heart. And also give yourself grace when you feel like you're slipping back and you're starting to develop terrible habits and you're not proud of it. The worst thing you want to do in that situation is make yourself feel much worse, because it's just going to be a continuous vicious cycle. You want to make sure that you acknowledge how you're feeling. You acknowledge that is an expression of how you're feeling, because you just don't feel good inside. Let yourself feel your feelings. Let yourself slack a few times if it helps, and pick yourself right back up. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself to be not so perfect sometimes, because it's so hard all the time to keep everything inside. It takes so much out of us to put on a brave face every day and face the world, even though our world inside is crumbling. But try to take the steps that I already mentioned: journaling, talking to a good friend who would listen to you, giving yourself grace through it all. And another thing I need to mention is, once you've really, really settled into that feeling and you felt that feeling, you are fully aware of where you are. So just make sure that you pick yourself back up again. You don't have to do a switch overnight. Just pick yourself back up little by little, one step at a time. It's going to be hard. It's not going to come easy. You have to try. It's like you're fighting against your own self, but you have to try to pick yourself back up again because the season is not meant to break you completely. It's meant to strengthen you.